Welcome to Mainly Motorsports, the crazy week of Mainly Motorsports, where I went and did different racetracks, different events. But the highlight of the week was kicking off Monday night with our dinner. The Mainly Motorsports gang that gets together, and this is Kerry Thibodeau, for you that don't know, drives the number 74 Roadrunner Beach Ridge, and Kerry threw a challenge out to see who could get more people. Now, I know why you did it, right? You did it to inspire me to promote the event.
I did, and I did good.
No, and you did. I even gave Kerry my family, because everybody that follows along on Facebook knows it was a little bit of a challenge, and Kerry wanted to see how many people she could get versus how many I could get. I even gave her my family, and I still more than doubled who she brought, more than triple, quadruple. You'll see from the pictures how many she brought versus how many I brought. But you've been really...
I bet that cost you a lot of dinners, didn't it?
I didn't buy anybody's dinner. I didn't buy any dinner. Did I?
How'd you get them all to come?
They just love me. How did you get yours to come?
They love me.
She loves you. There was only you, and you brought one person.
No.
Who'd you brought one person.
And Scott.
Scott only came because he has to listen to her, ride home with her, and he sleeps with her. So he only was there. I mean, he was telling me and, giving me signals that we're all good. And I know, I understand, sometimes you have to do things because you have to. So, but I truly appreciate you supporting the show and trying to get people to come. And do we have a good time?
It was fun. Dinners are always fun, and the more people that show up, the funner.
Yeah, we do.
And of course, I always get the crap. I got the crap the most this time, but...
Why?
I don't know. It's fun. For you guys?
No,
I'm a good sport.
Yeah, you are a really good sport.
I am a good sport.
Wait a minute. When I handed you the autograph picture, you didn't look like a good sport. We ain't going to talk about it.
That's a touchy subject.
A touchy subject, so...
I don't get mad very often.
No, you don't?
No.
Were you mad that time?
That made me mad.
So I made you mad?
Oh, that did.
Oh, you think I feel bad?
No.
You're right, I don't. Now, what made you, and I just want to tell the viewers a little bit about you, what made you get into racing? I mean, did you follow racing when you were younger? Or?
No, I used to bring my son, and then one day I said, I want to race. And I happened to find a car, race ready. It was a Roadrunner for $800.
And you went and raced it?
And I went and raced it.
And you did get a win one night. I remember that.
I did, not with that car.
But no, that was a pretty emotional night for you and a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's like, you're like the underdog.
Yeah, and I mean, I've been lucky. I've had a lot of supporters over the years, and whether I win or lose, they're always there to support me, especially my son.
And the thing that's going on right now over the Beach Ridge is the Roadrunner class is, it's at a number where, they want to see the number come up, and, so you had no plans on racing this year, and you got more involved to kind of help and, try to race, and, kind of hard trying to do it with everything you're doing. I mean, how hard has it been?
It's hard to show up there when we start at like 5:50, and because of the low car count, and we're kind of racing for fun.
Which really, that's what racing's supposed to be.
And that is how I feel, because I am actually, this is probably one of the funnest years I've ever had. I've been working with the Lamprins. Janet and I have sent out many emails and texts, and we've done posts trying to get more cars out there, because it's actually a good division to race in.
Yeah, it's a good entry-level division.
Yeah, and like with the Whiz Kids, if the Whiz Kids can't race in the Whiz Kids anymore, where can they move up to? If they don't go to Thursdays, Saturday night racing and the Roadrunners.
Yeah.
So we're working on it.
You just went to race. Did you watch racing movies? What was your favorite racing movie ever? Wasn't a trick question.
It would have to be...
I could picture you liking?
What?
Stroke a Race.
My favorite racing
movie
would have to be on the iPad when I saw your daughter's race.
That's not a racing movie.
It's a racing movie. Why isn't it a racing movie?
Okay, I never thought of it as a racing movie.
Okay, then. Look outside the box. It's a racing movie.
Look outside the box. So what do you think?
What is it?
I guess so.
Okay, then.
So this is typical Terry. You guys all want to know what we go through at our meals? Carrie, want to start an argument, right?
I'm not argumentative.
What?
But
What?
I will not back down from an argument.
You love a good argument.
I don't. You guys just all think I do.
Really?
I won't back down. That's what you guys like.
Really? So how hard was this?
Not hard.
Really?
Really.
Was it impressive or just not hard?
Not hard.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for kicking off this week's episode. And now we got a whole bunch of other stuff. We're going to go to different racetracks, different venues, and meet different people in the sport of auto racing on this week's episode of Mainly Motorsports.
Looking for something different and exciting to do on Friday night? How about real NASCAR racing at Lee USA Speedway, featuring the ground-pounding, super-fast, super-modifieds, the fender-rubbing late model sportsman, unpredictable hobby stocks, and more. It's great family fun and excitement. Kids under 12 get in free, and there's acres of free and easy parking. Friday nights at Lee USA Speedway, located right on Route 125 in Lee, New Hampshire. Check LeeUSASpeedway.com for more information.
Looking for a great time, great people, and great food? Then visit New England's #1 biker destination, Bentley's Saloon, owned by legendary super-modified driver Bentley Warren. Bentley's is a biker bar that welcomes everyone. Staying in the area, Bentley's has their own full-service campground right on site. Tuesdays, Bentley's Cruise Night attracts car enthusiasts from all over New England. Located on Route 1 in Arundel, Bentley's Saloon guarantees a great time. Check out the fun at BentleySaloon.com and see why Bentley says, who has more fun than us?
Not sure what brand tire to buy? Town Fair Tire has them all. Michelin, Goodyear, Firestone, Bridgestone, Pirelli, Toyo, Yokohama, Hankook, and more. No matter what size or brand, Town Fair Tire beats all the competition, even online prices. We'll also do a free front wheel alignment with any tire purchase. Name brand tires, the lowest prices, free alignment. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Well, I just finished my Thursday excursion of the race week that should have, would have, could have. We've got hit with rain at the beginning of the week. I'm over here at Thursday Thunder at Beach Ridge Motor Speedway and caught up with one of the meteor marshals, or whatever your title is. What is your actual title here at Beach Ridge Motor Speedway?
Social media consultant.
Social media consultant, and that's why you'll always see Travis around. You have a bunch of teams and drivers and stuff that you also take care of, and it's new age. I mean, the last few years, the sport has changed. But, here we're here tonight to talk about Thursday Thunder. It's a different type of racing, but it's enjoyable.
It's probably the one thing that hasn't changed in racing really, like in the last 4 or 5 years. It really is just guys who have cars that don't cost a lot of money, relatively speaking, to put together, and they come out and they race to have a good time. And I like it. I've told a lot of people, I get it all the time. Like, why do you go down there? I mean, I live 75 miles north of here, but I enjoy Thursday nights here. It's low stress. It's a lot of fun. It's a good chance to hang out, see some people that even during race weekends you may see them, but you don't get a lot of extra time to chat with. So Thursday Thunder's fun. I think that's kind of the whole idea of the program. Obviously with competition cautions and kind of some of the beating and banging that goes on that you might not see allowed on Saturday nights. And I think obviously that's why the stands are full. You can't beat the price.
No, and then Andy runs such a timely show. He wants it over in 2 hours.
2 hours.
And they do a great job. And one of the things that really caught my eye tonight, not that I've never paid attention before, but tonight, I guess maybe sitting here and paying a little more attention to some of the different classes, a lot of second and third generation drivers, as well as crew members that are involved here on Saturday nights, And then so that gives you the Saturday night guys walking around, turning wrenches, showing support back.
Yeah, I think it's one of the things that that really jumped out at me, especially last year coming down here for the first time regularly at Thursday Thunder, was how many of the Saturday night guys are around. And even more than that, Archie St. Hilaire's here every other week or something. There are people at all levels of the sport. I think when some of the guys win Legends races, you get guys affiliated with Cup teams down south that are texting and calling and saying congratulations. So it does kind of have a following. I think too, in some ways, it's more of a family atmosphere here, and it may not be just the dad races Saturday night and his daughter races here on Thursday nights, but some of the teams themselves, you really kind of get the family feel on Thursday nights. And again, I think it just sort of it adds to the whole. I hate to keep saying atmosphere because I think it's a little bit overused, but there really is a culture here around Thursday nights. It's a lot of fun. I think that's why people look forward to it.
Yeah, and they do a lot of the different things. Saturday night here at Beechridge, they have the bunny bus, but here they do a little intermission thing, racetrack rodeo, a chance for a couple fans. Jerry Major, he just adds something to the program.
Yeah, he sure does. I mean, but I remember, you know, when you hear his voice, and I think even, you know, sort of post Bobby Walker era at Oxford, and when I hear Jerry's voice, it takes me back to being young and going to the races. I think it's, yeah, he does. He's a little bit off his rocker, but just enough to make it entertaining.
Yeah, no, and that's what you got to do. And no, it was a great night of racing. Everything. It's just a timely thing, and it's a great chance for all these young drivers. I mean, you know, I'm down here with my kid,
Right.
but you're also here. You got a couple of your young drivers,
Yeah.
you know, on the
Really
Travis, you know, Reed, and then
Yeah.
and Johnny Peters, who's really turning heads when it comes to stock car racing here in the state of Maine.
Yeah, I said to Johnny, and I've said to some other people, you know, he won the Beetlebug JV championship here on Thursday Thunder last year, and you know, it was 6 or 7 cars most weeks, and his car was pretty good, and he was only 15. I mean, he became the youngest track champion in Beechridge history in any division. But I always wondered, like, how good is he really? And even when he started out doing some of the legend stuff this year, I thought it'd be interesting to kind of see how it goes. And I think some top 10s are realistic. But you know, he's won a couple of races. I think he's got at this point he's got 4 or 5 straight, you know, podium finishes, you know, on the Nelcar Tour. And I think, you know, really he kind of shows you that next generation has a lot of talent, and Reed sort of speaks for himself with the junior motorsport stuff that he's done down south. And you know, he hasn't had great luck. He's been wrecked a lot, and I feel he probably feels a little bit like he's getting pushed around down there, and he's getting a little frustrated. But you know, from my perspective, 2 young guys that, you know, I'm fortunate to work with and who have a lot of potential, and they're going to be around for a long time.
Yeah, and it's your chance to come see, and that's what this Thursday Thunder program offers, is a chance to see these young guys when they first start out, and then before they get to the next level, you know.
Right.
And then, which brings us to tomorrow night, Thursday Thunder, is the autograph session. And
Yeah.
how big of a deal is that autograph hour, where, you know, the hero cards, the candy, the kids in the stands, for all they know, that's Jimmy Johnson, Dale
Right.
Earnhardt Jr., Mark Martin out there on the track. When they get to talk to these other drivers, those are their heroes. And, you know, so it's a big deal. Andy does that twice a year, and this week's program is week number 5 and does have that. So it's a chance to come down and not only see some great racing, but meet the drivers.
I remember as a kid, I mean, there's still names from, you know, my early days of going to stock car races. Guys that I remember their names like it was yesterday. Guys that I rooted for, and I honestly can't tell you what happened to half of them. And I'm sure we've all got stories like that. But yeah, it is neat that even here. I mean, I think on Saturday night the autograph session obviously kind of carries some weight with the Pro Series guys and that kind of stuff. But it is funny, even the Thursday night stuff. And you've seen probably on the Nelcar Tour, and you guys have gone to some races, the meet and greets. I mean, people come out to meet guys. And again, when you kids don't care. I mean, I have kids, and I know they don't. You know, for my son Cooper, you know, when he heard Johnny Peters won a Legends race here, I mean, he was as excited as if, like you said, as if Jimmy Johnson won a Cup race.
You're
It
right.
was a big deal for him.
You're right. So it was a great night of racing here tonight, and look forward to the rest of the year on Thursday.
Don't
night.
these guys know we're paid?
Yeah, but that's all right.
That's not even a race car. That's just a
I know.
stuffed Jeep.
He thinks he's racing. But thank you, Travis, for hanging around,
You're welcome.
telling us a little bit, talking about the Thursday Thunder program, and it is. It's a cheap way to get into
$4.
racing.
$4.
And if
Get
you
out
want to
here
try
and
to
watch it.
race,
Yeah.
What about you?
No.
Have you ever been behind the wheel?
No.
Why not?
No, I'm terrified. No.
What if you come down some Friday night to the Pathfinders and we put you in a go-kart?
There's even less chance of that happening. I've heard Bobby Timmons tell stories about what goes on down there. I'm all set.
Don't
I'm
be
out.
scared.
I'm terrified, frightened, petrified.
So, like Greg is too.
Yeah, it
know.
should be. I've seen him drive.
Yeah, I
It
know.
should be.
But no, thank you, and you know, for taking the time with us, and look forward to follow along with Travis for all his press releases and everything. That not only Beechridge, but he's got quite a stack of drivers, and he's going to be busy in the next week or so, getting everything ready and all the words out about the Oxford 250. So
GWCmotorsports.com. There's my plug. And you
Just-
can follow us on Facebook too.
there you go,
GWC Motorsports.
self promotion.
Got to.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back right here on Mainly Motorsports. Will Mike Rowe win his 4? Will veterans like Johnny Clark or Scott Mulkern win their first? Can young guns like Austin Terrio or Joey Dwyron be standing in victory lane for that career highlight win? Or will DJ Shaw do what his dad never did in 20 starts? For answers to these questions and more, you need to attend the 40th annual TD Bank 250 on July 21st at Oxford Plains Speedway. Drivers from all over the U.S. and Canada will be coming to Oxford for one reason, and that's to win the TD Bank 250.
Today's vehicles are equipped with complex safety features such as anti-lock brakes, seatbelt restraints, and airbag systems. Even collision avoidance systems. Not available in all models. Hi, I'm Sean Moody from Moody's Collision Centers. We don't wish bad luck on anyone, but even with today's technology, we need to keep our eyes on the road and our hands on the wheel. Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Award Champs LLC is Southern Maine's premier award supplier and official award supplier for many of the area's top organizations and events. If you're in need of an award for a sponsor, employee recognition, fundraising event, or an entire sports organization, call Todd Mead at Award Champ. They provide the best for less with competitive pricing like the big online firms, but give you the personalized service you can only get from a local supplier. When you're in need of awards or personalized gifts, call Award Champs, where they'll help you reward your champion.
Clark's Eastside Scrap and Westside Scrap, 2 of the region's most efficient scrap yards. Both locations have the latest and greatest equipment, along with large capacity scales that are constantly calibrated to ensure honest weights. Car crushing, roll-off containers, scrap metal. Clark's Eastside Scrap in Chelsea and Clark's Westside Scrap in Farmingdale. Don't fix it, scrap it.
Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Southern Maine Motors, out to be Maine's #1 Chrysler Dodge Jeep dealership, Route 1 Saco.
Bentley Saloon, Route 1 in Arundel. Stop by and see why me and my friends say, who has more fun than us? We do.
When you're in need of awards or personalized gifts, call Award Champs, where they'll help you reward your champion.
Down here at a happy half hour on, other than being a Pro All-Star Series event, which is the biggest night of the year down here at Beechridge, their Miller Lite celebration. They do such a great job, the fireworks, the crowd, and always a good night to win, and you did it tonight, not in a commanding fashion. It was a good race.
Yeah, it was a nice, clean race, running with Dan Bean. I don't know what happened to him, but I guess later on I found he broke a tranny or something. But just running side by side, lap after lap, it was nice, clean. We barely had a little scrape. It was. I hope it was fun for everybody else to be watching it. It was for me to be racing it.
Well, it was a great race, and luckily you were ahead of the last lap coming to the checkered flag with Cole Watson. I mean, that could have been hazardous and bad for everybody, but everybody made it through it. It obviously shuffled some positions, but had no effect on you. You had the win sealed up by then, and great. You've been running good. You had a good run last week, and each week that we've been here, you've been consistent.
Yeah, I don't know what all transpired behind me there, but just happy to be out front and missing all of it. Last week it was kind of 49 and a half laps. Didn't make the rest of the next half lap there, and it's a good way to bounce back.
All right, well, that's a great run, and congratulations to the winner in the Wildcat race tonight, Dan Wink.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, we're down here once again at Happy Half Hour, and if you're going to win your first race in a Pro Series, you want to do it on a big night. And you did, just like Corey Bubar did last year and other guys have done over the years. You picked up your first win for you and your team right here on Miller American Night, the fireworks, the crowd. I mean, how big is this, Tyler?
It is huge. It's awesome for the whole team and everybody that helps us.
Yeah, and one thing is when you talk about a team, and a lot of people they only think of the pit crew. There's a lot of people behind the scenes, and I've watched them when you were 11, 12 years old in the go-karts, and they've always been there. Family, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, right up through. So every time you find success at each level, it's not only you, it's everybody, and that was so big to do that tonight in front of such a big crowd.
Yeah, I couldn't do it without all my family that help us. They're a big part in all of this.
Yeah, and you got some sponsors, and and your dad, I think of your dad. I mean, he had to give up his racing career, get out of the seat to let you do your thing and get you into this level. And, I mean, how much he sacrificed, and all of them have sacrificed for you.
Yeah, he's a huge help. We bust our balls on this thing all night and day, and I got to thank him a lot. If it weren't for him, we wouldn't be here. Yeah, and then the grandparents. And last week you had a 5th place finish in the Pro Series, and you look at who was running up ahead of you. I mean, that's some pretty stout names. There's your career highlight, and then boom, you come back 1 week later and back it up with a 50-lap win. I mean, against the caliber of competition that's down here at Beechridge Motor Speedway. I mean, you drove a great race. You chased Maeda Jr. for the first half. Got a little loose there one time. I thought you were going to end both your nights, but you gathered back up. You didn't, you went back after him. You got past him, and you made it happen. Yeah, it was an awesome race. It was a good run with him. It was good fun.
Yeah, so anybody that was here tonight at Beech Ridge got to witness a big thing. A young man, I don't even know how old he is. I don't even know if he's 20 yet, picking up his first win on the night in front of all the crowd. The Firecracker 50, it's a big deal. So congratulations to Tyler King and the whole King Motorsports team.
Thank you.
Well, here we are down at Happy Half Hour, and the final winner of the night, Matt Dow. After the heat, you and Russell raced hard in the heat. So then when you got to him in the feature, I mean, did you have that on your mind that he might not give you the room you needed, or was you guys kind of talk after and realize that, hey, we got a race, let's race?
There was really no hard feelings after the heat race. He talked, he came down, and we just got together. He apologized. It was what it was, and he's a tough veteran out there, and I do respect all the veterans, and I try to run everyone how I want to be run, and we raced hard right there too, and I think things will go good from here.
Yeah, and it was a great race. I mean, you were outside the top 10, and you picked your way through, and you used the outside, you used the inside. I mean, it wasn't given to you. And then, great battle with Dave Charest, and then Doug Wolf. I mean, yep. And how about the class of Doug Wolf? I mean, obviously he could have drove over his head and tried to hold you off, but he knew you had a better car. You chased him down from a half a straightaway. So, it was a good night for him to settle for second, but you weren't to be, you were determined, and you weren't to be denied tonight.
Yeah, no, Doug ran me very, very clean. I mean, he just held his bottom groove, and he ran his race, and I had tons of room, and we made it happen.
And what's it mean? I mean, obviously everybody wants to win when the Pro All-Star Series is into town, opening day, but this night, Andy put so much effort into this night with the fireworks. The fans that come out, maybe not be your true hardcore race fans, but they come out to see this, so it's always a good crowd, and then to end up in victory lane on this night, I mean, it's a big deal, bigger than a normal Saturday.
Oh yeah, with all the extra people here and just the publicity for the sponsors, and I had family up from down south and stuff, so it was a great night to win, and I thank Miller Lite for the sponsors.
Yeah, and you got some sponsors yourself that really help you get here each week.
Yeah, I got Lance's Garage, Southern Maine Pools, DPC Roasting, Hughes Companies really stepped it up this year, Town Line Deli, Mal's Pals Childcare, Mainely Motorsports.
And then somebody that's also sponsoring us is the Station House Grill. They're a big supporter of you. Yep. They just came on board with Mainly Motorsports. So if you're looking for something to do next weekend, go over there, get a nice breakfast, get anything, support somebody that supports Matt, supports us. So, I hope you all enjoyed that we're here, enjoyed the racing. Got to hear that you weren't here, you got to hear from the winners down here. And what a great night here, the Firecracker Miller American night. It's such... Next year, put it on your calendar. Obviously, we tried to run it Tuesday, tried to run it Wednesday, ended up running it Friday. But congratulations to all the winners tonight, Matt Dow, Tyler King, and who do we have? Who won the Wildcat? Dan Wink, that's right. And that was an exciting race.
That was a very exciting.
The racing's been, and Louis. I mean, who can say enough about Louis? I mean, there's no quitting him. He went to the flat. Everybody thought he was done, and he drove it from the back with like 15 laps to go to get a top 3.
Yeah, he's doing unbelievable.
Yeah. So. Congratulations, like I said, all the winners, Matt Dow, who we support, and hope you guys all enjoyed it. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back on Mainly Motorsports.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your main returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
The Monster Truck Throwdown Tour invades the Oxford Plains Speedway Saturday and Sunday, August 17th and 18th. Watch 8 of the biggest and baddest Monster Truck superstars, including Jim Kohler and Avenger, Backtrack, Raising King, and Maine's very own Monster Lobster Crustacean Throwdown, in Maine's biggest outdoor event of the summer. Plus, see the thrills of freestyle motocross and take a ride in a real monster truck. Kids tickets start at just $10. Call 207-539-8865 now to reserve your tickets. Don't miss the pre-race party driving. Produced by Midwest Monster Truck Events.
Welcome to Mainly Motorsports.
To order copies of a show, send a check or money order for $15, shipping and handling included, to Mainly Motorsports, 326 Roosevelt Trail, Windham, Maine, 04062. And please add a description of the show.
Okay, we're here up in our next track of this crazy week of racing up here at Wiscasset Raceway, or Wiscasset Speedway as they now call it, the Jordans. And caught up with young Reed Lamfer, 14-year-old Reed Lamfer. Are you 15? No, you're 15 now.
15.
Jeez, some crow, you kids can't keep up with you. But you haven't done a lot of racing here in the state of Maine this year, but it brings you back to Wiscasset this weekend running a legend car.
Yeah, I love racing with the group of guys I pretty much learned how to drive a full-size car with, and it's just kind of look at it as a fun weekend and low-key, low pressure compared to down south, and should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, now let's talk about your down south deal. Everybody in Maine that's a motorsports fan has to know that you're racing for Junior Motorsports, and the year started out really well down there, and some good runs, good qualifying efforts, good race finishes. Then you get that streak of bad luck that everybody runs into, and how's it been going lately?
It's just, honestly, it's been a struggle, but we're hoping that our luck turns around here and we can start doing a little better, but I mean, just bad luck. Last week got wrecked on the last lap, and just hope that we can finally get some better qualifying positions, start racing up with the really good racers up front, and hopefully we can finish strong with some good finishes.
Well, you know, I know you're excited to be here at Wiscasset, and you're excited about doing down there, but let's talk about what you got coming up in a little over a week. I mean, the 250. I mean, you've got a Super Late model. You ran the first race at Oxford this year. It didn't go good for you. Then you came to Beechridge and really made a name for yourself. Led a bunch of laps, ran well, not the finish you wanted, but you put a deal together. You've got a veteran crew chief in Jay Cushman who has done everything but win that race. I mean, but he's been in position to win it, just hasn't been able to do it. And so that's got to be huge for you, your dad, and the whole family, for him to bring that experience.
Oh, I'm just super fortunate that we put together a crew and have such talented guys backing me. I mean, we're going to have Andy Santier there, hopefully, and Jay, crew chiefing, and it should be a good weekend, and really hoping to get a strong finish. I know Jay's, I'm sure, just as hungry as I am for a win.
Yeah, and then to be racing against the caliber that you're racing with up there, I mean, that's such a huge deal, you know? I mean, just qualifying for that 15-year-old kid does feel like a win, doesn't it?
Oh, that's really what we're aiming for, and it's kind of sad, but really just hoping to draw a good pill because that's so huge there, and just get some good laps in there and see what we can do, really.
Obviously, Scott's Recreation's on board to help you out. Who's some of the other people that are making that 250 effort? Because it's not cheap by no means.
Oh, yeah, we could not do it without all of our sponsors. I mean, Scott's Recreation, Eastern Township Docks, Mission Trailers, all those guys just do a ton of stuff. Team EJP Racing has been with me since I started, and go-karts, and just helped us all the way up through, and they've been huge contributors, and really couldn't do it without any of them.
No, and that's you're right, and you haven't forgot where you came from, and that's what it's all about, a young kid using the legends as a stepping stone to try to get himself and his career to the next level. So now we're going to go catch up with somebody that just raced the legends. They're a little older, and this is all they want to be. So congratulations, good luck tonight, Reed, and we'll see you in a couple weeks in the 250.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Steve.
All right. Now we've jumped over here. We just talked to a kid that's using this as a stepping stone and really loves racing with the guys and enjoys the series. We've caught up with Alan Smith, who this isn't a stepping stone. This is all you've ever raced, right, Alan?
This is it. I've done a little bit of snowmobile racing and motocross way back when I was a teenager, but this is it.
Now, what attracted you to the Nelcar Legend Series?
I actually watched another feller, Dale Stanley, up in Lincoln. He did it and went and watched the race, and I kind of fell in love with the cars. They've got the motorcycle engine, and they're the old style cars. They look pretty cool.
Yeah. Now you've followed the series for 6 years, and there isn't a race that you go to that's next to home. I mean, a lot of people don't realize. Where do you live?
We live in Lincoln, so Bangor, of course, that's our closest track. Unity's not too bad. Other than that, it's a 3-hour ride.
3-hour ride. You're down to Thursday Thunder every Thursday. Been supporting that, and you and your wife, you just pack up and go, and so you got to really enjoy it. You know,
we do. I enjoy it. One of the big things too with Nelcar, there's some good people here. There's good kids here. There's a bunch of the good veterans here. They make it a fun place to race.
Well,
tempers get heated at times, but overall they're good.
Anytime there's a flag, a trophy, and a helmet, you're going to see that. But you know, a perfect case of that, Alan, was tonight. We broke in practice, and you know, everybody came over to see what they had for parts, or if there's anything they could do, and it's just too much damage, you know. But you know, and that is one thing about this organization. Everybody's there for everybody.
Yep, that's one of the big things that attracted me to it was you go and watch the races, and everybody's helping everybody.
Yeah. So how about you tonight? You got anything for him? I mean, where you starting? How's things looking for Alan Smith and his team?
The car looks good tonight. For the first time, we got a decent draw, so if the sun and the moon align, we'll do all right.
There you go. Now talk about some of the people behind the scenes that help make this possible. Obviously, you being older, you probably are the big guy behind it, unlike Reed, who has parents that are the people behind it. But who's some of the people that make this possible, help you out, get you to the track every week?
Yeah, the biggest thing, of course, is my wife, Joni. She is fantastic. I mean, we're on the road every week. I'm out in the garage every night, and you know, she puts up with it. Won't say she doesn't get sick of it. I've got some good sponsors, Fasco Corporation. That's a company my brother and I own. And that's the biggest sponsor we got right there that helps us get to all the races.
All right, well, good luck tonight, and I know the Nelcar guys and everybody involved appreciates guys like you coming on and sticking with it and you know, kind of being a mentor for these kids. I mean, let's face it, a lot of them are just using it as a stepping stone to get to the next level. So, you know, you get new ones every year. It's almost like a daycare, but you guys are really good, and it's fun racing with you. And this number 33, when you're down to Thursday Thunder and everything, Alan's a big supporter of this series, so make sure you get a chance to come out and say hi this week's autograph session.
All right, thanks a lot.
Now we've caught up with the race director, no stranger to racing, and that's Jim Manchester. Raced for years at Beach Ridge, car owner, got behind the wheel, crew member. But he took on the role a few years ago, this race director for the Nelcar Legends, and for the mixed group that we have racing, it really works and works well.
Yeah, it really does. You know, the young kids who are coming up through, they've been doing a lot of racing, Steve, through go-karts and all of that stuff. So when they get to here, they already know what's going on. And same thing with the older guys. You know, a lot of them here didn't even start racing until they were almost into their 40s or 50s. But it does. It really works well.
Yeah, and you mentioned that. The two examples that we just interviewed, Reed Lanfer and Alan Smith.
Right.
Alan, this is where he started. Reed, obviously, the go-karts, the motocross, the snowmobiles. Right. And there is quite a mix. I mean, we got them at 12 years old or 13 years old, all up to in their 70s, you know?
Yeah, that's right. The 70-year-olds are, they could be a challenge.
Yeah, they're more of a handful, aren't they, than the kids, huh? Yeah. How did they get them to listen?
That's right. But, you know, it's like with anything, though. You know, the things that, as a race director, my job is to try to make sure that the race goes off without a hitch. And for the most part, they do. We have a lot of green to checkered racing. No issues there. But it's like any other sport, though. You know, it's so different than basketball or soccer or anything else. It's the parents who are the ones that get a little bit excited, you know, because they want to see their child do well. If they think they've been wronged on the track or something, then that always happens. But for the most part, we've got an excellent group of people. We really do. I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that this organization you really deal with a lot is the young kids, you know, and the parents. So you have that side of things too. And but it is great. And you talked about green to check it. I mean, we've run a couple races already at Beach Ridge this year for Thursday Thunder that have gone over 20 plus cars green to check it.
Right, and that is because of some of the rules that we have. You know, we don't allow the passing on the inside on restarts until you're through turn one. That way nobody's getting stuffed out 3 wide and that type of thing, which really I think cuts down a lot on it. But, you know, it's one of the things that I like about this job that I'm doing is I like to take the young kids who have got the questions, because they'll come up and they'll ask me, and then they'll take and they actually genuinely listen when you're trying to explain something to them. And then when you see it progress on the track, I mean, your daughter's a prime example. You know, I mean, I've talked with her, and then you just see the progression on the track, and that's what really makes it worthwhile.
No, and it is huge, and it's a big deal because it's a sense of accomplishment for them. And you know, with having kids, sometimes it's easier for them to talk and listen to somebody else than their own parents, and it does. And you do a great job with the organization.
Thank you.
And, you know, we're up at Wiscasset with 21 cars. I mean, everywhere we go, we have a strong field, and that's a testament to the organization. And it starts at the top with Terry Kirk, the board of directors, and yourself as the race director. So I thank you from not only Mainly Motorsports and the race fan side of thing, but from that parent that has that 15-year-old girl out there. And I know you have her best interest in safety and everything in it. So once again, thank you, Jim, for everything you do.
Great. Well, thank you. I mean, it's fun. It really is fun. I mean, we always have our struggles. I mean, today it's 88 degrees out here, and I'm sure some temps will be a little short. But you know what? It's still going to be a good day.
Yeah, you're right. So that's the Director of Competition, Race Director Jim Manchester, who's got a vast history in motorsports, but really does a good job with the Nelcar Group.
0% financing for the first time in history on select certified pre-owned vehicles at Southern Maine Motors. Southern Maine Motors is selling so many new Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeeps that they are overloaded with great trade-ins. Now with live market vehicle pre-owned pricing gathered by electronically polling over 20,000 pre-owned car websites every hour, they will show you their competitors' closest vehicle and price. Proof that you are getting the fairest deal out there. Visit them on Route 1 in Saco or online at southernmainmotors.com.
July 21st is the day that the big boys with their bad fast toys roll into Oxford Plains Speedway to compete in the 40th annual TD Bank 250. Come see the high horsepower super late models do battle in the richest one-day short track race in the country. Stars like Ben Rowe, Jay Fogelman, Travis Benjamin, Cassius Clark, and many others will try to be the one to take home the winner's purse of over $25,000. For ticket info and more, go to oxfordplains.com. That's the TD Bank 250, July 21st.
Clark's Eastside Scrap and Westside Scrap, two of the region's most efficient scrap yards. Both locations have the latest and greatest equipment, along with large capacity scales that are constantly calibrated to ensure honest weights. Car crushing, roll-off containers, scrap metal. Clark's Eastside Scrap in Chelsea and Clark's Westside Scrap in Farmingdale. Don't fix it, scrap it.
Today's vehicles are equipped with complex safety features such as anti-lock brakes, seatbelt restraints, and airbag systems. Even collision avoidance systems. Not available in all models. Hi, I'm Sean Moody from Moody's Collision Centers. We don't wish bad luck on anyone, but even with today's technology, we need to keep our eyes on the road and our hands on the wheel. Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations and online at scotchrecreation.com.
feature winner in car number 05. I'm going to walk with him. Good run tonight, Jacob. You got it up front early, stayed out of the mess. How does it feel to be up here in victory lane again?
It feels awesome. This is, I think, first time in 2 years that I've got 2 wins in a year instead of just 1. So, always nice to make it back to victory lane. We figured we had to get there fast because with the 71 and the 12 in the field, you got to be the first one to the front. So we worked on it to get up there. I got to thank all my sponsors for helping me out: Commander's Auto Body, Perkins Paving, Bentley Saloon, Wire Pro, Safe and Sound, Scotts Cove Campground, Stony Road Septic, Galway Bay, Harold Esty Lumber, AC Provo's Auto, Spray Foam Solutions, George Burr and Son Landscaping. I'm blanking on a couple, but I get sponsored a storage unit from Adams Park Storage, so everything helps. So I gotta thank everybody.
All right, how about a hand? Your E-Keys for Cars Modified feature winner, Jacob Dorn, car number 05. Joey, you had a bit of a wrestling match there with Wayne to take the lead away. Did you know you were going to be able to do that?
No, honestly, I knew we were a little bit better. He was a little bit struggling coming off, especially turn 4, and I could keep getting a run on him, but when I'd get underneath him, I'd get too loose on entry, and I just couldn't get the run. And then when we had that yellow at the end, I knew I might have had a shot on the outside, and we did some beating and banging, but that's probably one of the hardest races I've ever driven, to try to get around Wayne. He did a hell of a job. I got to thank him. For the most part, it was clean. It was a little rough there, but that's a short track race.
You got some people you'd like to thank?
Yeah, definitely. I got to thank Poles Automotive, RivetEyelet.com. We actually picked up a new sponsor today. They're a business in Hudson. It's a salvage yard. And, I got to thank Star Speedway. This was a pretty good race, from my point of view. So I definitely want to thank all the fans, my whole crew. My fiance Brittany's finally here to see a win, so it's cool. It's a good feeling.
Well, congratulations. Here is your race winner, Hudson, New Hampshire's Joey Pohl.
Since day one, I've been honest with you about the RV business and offered you some great deals with no pressure sales. Today, Scotts Recreation is one of Maine's premier RV dealers. We thank you. Last month, we offered a special on 50 travel trailers, and they're almost gone. Business has been good, but I'd like it to be great. We have pop-ups, travel trailers, fifth wheels, new 2014 models, and closeout specials. The best selection in Maine at prices you won't find anywhere else.
Scotts Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Looking for a great time, great people, and great food? Then visit New England's #1 biker destination, Bentley's Saloon, owned by legendary super-modified driver Bentley Warren. Bentley's is a biker bar that welcomes everyone. Staying in the area, Bentley's has their own full-service campground right on site. Tuesdays, Bentley's Cruise Night attracts car enthusiasts from all over New England. Located on Route 1 in Arundel, Bentley's Saloon guarantees a great time. Check out the fun at BentleySaloon.com and see why Bentley says, who has more fun than us?
Ready? Here they come, the Pro Stocks of the United States Pro Stock Series. Mike O'Sullivan picking up the victory. Man, you look hot. What a great run.
Yeah, I mean, I got to thank everybody from Hudson's Motor Speedway for putting this on, and Granite State, and everybody for coming out today. It's a hot day for everybody to be here, but you know, our team worked on the car all day. We weren't all that great in practice, and just kept working on it. Can't beat the BFR chassis. Real proud of what these guys accomplished today, and I'm a little worn out, but ecstatic about it. It's great.
I'm sure you are. Your thoughts when Larry was right there knocking on the door in 4?
Larry's a good race car driver, excellent race car driver. I raced him for a couple of years there at Thompson. I trust Larry 100%. I know he's just as hungry as I am, and he raced me real good there at the end, trying to get around that lap car there. So great run for him, and everybody else, Tom O'Sullivan, Weldon, Teddy Bear Pools, Flamingo Motorsports, everybody else that came out and seen us tonight. Real good night for us.
I want to congratulate you, and is this your first time at Hudson?
It is. First experience. Tommy Rosati used to drive our cars years back, and he run quite a few races here, and he got a good kick out of it that we get to come back, 30 years later or whatever it is. So, wheelman, he's an excellent wheelman, and I wish he was here with us.
You're an excellent wheelman here tonight, Mike O'Sullivan. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you, much appreciated.
All right, Mike O'Sullivan is your winner here tonight down in Victory.
Will Mike Rowe win his 4? Will veterans like Johnny Clark or Scott Mulkern win their first? Can young guns like Austin Terrio or Joey Dwyron be standing in victory lane for that career highlight win? Or will DJ Shaw do what his dad never did in 20 starts? For answers to these questions and more, you need to attend the 40th annual TD Bank 250 on July 21st at Oxford Plains Speedway. Drivers from all over the U.S. and Canada will be coming to Oxford for one reason, and that's to win the TD Bank 250.
Award Champs LLC is Southern Maine's premier award supplier and official award supplier for many of the area's top organizations and events. If you're in need of an award for a sponsor, employee recognition, fundraising event, or an entire sports organization, call Todd Mead at Award Champ. They provide the best for less with competitive pricing like the big online firms, but give you the personalized service you can only get from a local supplier. When you're in need of awards or personalized gifts, call Award Champs, where they'll help you reward your champion.
Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Clark's Car Crushing, providing guaranteed honest weights with top dollar being paid.
Looking for something different and exciting to do on Friday night? How about real NASCAR racing at Lee USA Speedway, featuring the ground-pounding, super-fast, super-modified, the fender-rubbing late model sportsman, unpredictable hobby stocks, and more. It's great family fun and excitement. Kids under 12 get in free, and there's acres of free and easy parking. Friday nights at Lee USA Speedway, located right on Route 125 in Lee, New Hampshire. Check LeeUSASpeedway.com for more information.
down to turn number 4.